don't know.
Ness is adjusting his Skype. And I'm fixing stuff here. Alright, here we go. Let me turn the camera on.
Ooh, party.
How many do you have here? Only one?
I like your shirt, Mo. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, are you wearing a hat today?
No, not today.
Oh, bummer. Make sure you announce that you're not wearing a hat.
He's hatless.
Let me see. How am I coming in over there?
Good.
Clear?
Yeah, you're good.
Why you sound mad different.
Yeah, so do you.
You guys sound the same.
Eddie, what are you doing over there?
I'm washing dishes. So his ass can eat. They heard you laugh, Troy. Come on. Yours. The famous Louis laugh chuckle.
Hey, who's that with you, Eddie?
Right.
That's his, that would be his cousin.
Oh, cool.
What's up, Louis?
He said, "What's up, Louis? What's up?"
Alright, the cam is on.
Do you want me to stop washing dishes? No.
Finish the dishes.
Oh, that ain't done. I'm almost done.
Automatically adjust microphone setting. No, get off.
The weather is nuts. So tomorrow it's supposed to be 97 degrees.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me that.
What's where I live?
I thought you liked me. He said, I thought you liked me.
Alright. Oh, let me open the, chat room.
It can't be 97, can it?
No. Where I live.
Oh.
Let's
Yeah, I
open
live-
this.
I'm sorry, my name's Crystal and I live in Texas.
Oh, then yeah.
Hey.
He knows. He said, of course it's going to be hot out there. It's the desert.
No, it ain't the desert.
Nothing lives out there. He said nothing lives out there.
No, I know, I can hear him.
Nothing lives out there except for you, Crystal.
No, I live about 45 minutes away from the coast.
Oi, we're live.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
We live, man.
Whoops. I'm in trouble.
how is it, people?
Come on, I said it. I was gonna press the button.
Sorry.
So wait, are you live now? No.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
I'm just waiting for you to stop washing the dishes.
Oh, I see. There you go.
But take your time, like I said.
What? So you want me to stop or not? Or keep going?
Keep going.
Make up your mind, Mo. Make up your mind. You remind me. It's kind of like the Indian people, but they'd be like, rush or take your time. I'm like, which one is it? They would like politely yell at me. If you know what I mean.
How do you politely yell at somebody?
Well, like it's like I told Ness about, evil in a nice way. Being very passive aggressive. Yep. They were
okay.
they'll talk loudly at you with a smile. That's basically what it means.
Oh, gotcha.
Alright, can I do this?
I have no idea.
Apparently he's not done with the waterworks, folks.
No, he's not done yet.
I'm almost done. I'm making him do it.
No, you're good, Louis. Relax.
He's like, I'm making him do it. If he wants food, he's got to do it.
I got you, bro.
It's good too, because I got Chinese food. Chinese? Worth it. I said boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, for me, Eddie's a clean roommate, and I'm not. But I also make money, so that helps. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, it's just a matter of moments, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right there with you.
Yeah.
Thank you for going to pick up that other blue, by the way.
Yep.
Drainage.
Yeah. Just going down the hole. And you know what that means?
Well, in the meantime, let me just say what's up to everyone. What's up?
Yeah.
What is up?
You catching the daily life of Eddie Royal. You know, where he cleans the dishes.
Well, before we get to our podcast, Eddie's going to give you guys a tutorial on how to properly wash and store your dishes.
Exactly. You gotta do it gently, and you gotta know how to do it, you know?
This is the guy who didn't know how to clean, like, burnt stains off of his hands and was scrubbing hard as hell for like 15 minutes.
Dude, I was scrubbing so hard.
I come up and pretty much...
Oh, that's funny.
And it goes away.
I was rubbing so hard, and all he did was blow on it, and it came off.
Hey, did you guys know that Dawn soap is also used for grease stains, like on stoves and car rims and things like that?
I did know.
It's also like the pan stuff.
It's all that duck juice they put in it.
Duck's juice?
Yeah, that duck juice. You ever see the Dawn that has the duck on the front? It squeezes the juice out of the duck, and it goes into the bottle.
Oh my goodness. That sounds painful.
That just sounds nasty.
The duck juice out of the... Oh my goodness.
That's why you can use duck sauce to clean up.
There's mine over here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice shoe. I am done, people.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do it.
And soy sauce, yeah.
Yes.
Ladies,
the duck team.
ladies and gentlemen, you have been blessed by Louie's laughter.
There you go.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Indeed it is.
That's a very good thing.
Good for the soul. Good for the soul.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's. Can I hit the intro now?
Yeah.
All right. Somebody's drinking something.
I gotta get a little bit of the bubbly.
Oh, where's my effect? Yeah. Let's go.
All right, we're all set.
We're all set. Yes. Let's do this.
Spell, your eyes they beckon me. Your lips they speak lies and misery.
representing the ENTHooligins, it is Friday, welcoming you into the weekend. That's how we're going to usher you guys in to this show we like to call Sports Vista. It's the RampWay Wrestling Podcast. I, again, am Baby Boy, and I am joined by Eddie, Ness, and Lil Crystal in the house. What's going on, y'all?
What's up? Happy Friday, you guys.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday.
Yes. And I love this song.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, folks. So, AEW coming to Corpus. Coming to Corpus on the 18th of December. Tickets on sale now. Get them before they expire. Now,
that's right.
Yeah.
Before we get to today's festivities, I just want to remind you guys, down below linked are the social media pages and all that good stuff. Means to where you can also catch our VODs, audio only, and of course you can catch the VOD here on YouTube if in case you didn't catch the live stream. Alongside that, we got Mixer and SoundCloud accounts listed for you for your viewing and listening pleasure. Alongside with that, I also remind you guys that after this show, we have another show coming up. It's your football recap with another edition of Sports Vista with the whole house on hand. That's what we do. That's right.
It's going down.
That's right.
On this fantastic Friday.
That's right. It's beautiful, too.
A little on the chilly side over here.
Well, that's on the road.
It's nice here.
Yeah. You don't have to brag.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You mean it's nice out here too?
Yeah.
I prefer the cold over the heat.
So a lot of things going on in the wrestling world today, but here's one thing I want to focus on. Here we go. Here's the read for the day, folks.
What do we got?
Here we go. When you sit down and you watch wrestling, or when I sit down and I watch wrestling, one thing I take into accountability is consistency. How does one day interlace with the other? How does one story intertwine with the other? Does consistency exist today in the landscape of wrestling as we see it all around us when it comes to New Japan, AEW, NXT, NWA, and obviously others, and many other more? With that said, when I watch WWE programming such as Raw and or SmackDown, consistency is rarely there. It's a thing that's become non-existent. WWE has more so become a child's play thing. Now, with that said, does it have a remedy? It could. Does it need to have a remedy? Of course. Is it going to be remedied? Absolutely not. At the helm is a senile, crazy, demented, weird, wacky, inconsistent, knows not what he wants, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. His business practices have fallen under scrutiny. He tampers with contracts, not in regards of it messing with the legality of things and having people hula hoop their way into other companies and breaching contracts, but he tampers with contacts in terms of the logistics of the contract when they say, for example, independent contractors. This is one example of a senile, demented, old fool. Which again, the word that I used here, inconsistent.
Who the hell do you think you are?
Which ties in to what I am bringing to you guys right now. AEW, you sit down and you watch that program.
Yes.
There's a sense of unity. There's no sense of division. There's a sense of, sense. One week interlaces with the next. There are cliffhangers. And there are scenarios which make you shake your head and ask yourself what's going to happen next week. More bizarre is the landscape of NXT, which is under the WWE banner. Now, with that said, it's operated completely under different wheels, a different set of batteries. Paul Levesque, or as they call him, Father,
Boss.
Daddy, Boss, or Daddy H.
Daddy 8.
Daddy 8?
Yes. Triple H has adopted his NXT kids, as he calls them, and has embraced them as his own. He takes care of NXT. He fathers them, and in a way, he also mothers them. Now, here's the thing.
If they call him Daddy H.
Now, here's the thing. Again, consistency rules here. But how can you be consistent under a WWE banner when WWE itself is not consistent, not only from what you see on TV, but also internally, imploding within itself? This is where we find ourselves. It's a battle of supremacy. It's a battle of are we or are we not? It's a battle of wanting to dominate and take over the landscape of professional wrestling. New Japan is consistent. All the other companies I mentioned are. WWE, aside NXT, is not. We're going to examine why. We're going to examine how. And we're also going to talk about what could be done. End of opening statement.
What?
Who wants to start?
Go ahead, Crystal.
Go ahead, Eddie. I'm still trying to get my thoughts together here.
Alright, we'll repeat the question.
Consistency. Why can't WWE seem to pull this off? Why can't WWE seem to pull off consistency?
You talking about as in Raw and SmackDown or NXT? NXT, I think.
No, excluding NXT.
Well, the reason why is because you have a senile old man, as in Vincent Kennedy man, running the company. So he's already losing his marbles, you know, and he's a yes man. So like, basically everything has to go through him. So even if it makes sense or if it doesn't make sense, he has to last okay.
Do you?
And that, sometimes it's not. That's why sometimes it makes no sense.
Do you feel that he might feel threatened though?
By AEW? No, not at all.
Elaborate.
Well, you can think about WWE, ECW, even TNA. They all came against him, and he has won every single time. AEW is just another one of those things. And here's the thing: he's facing AEW against NXT, which he views as a minor company. He's not fighting against them with Raw and SmackDown.
Okay, but think about how stupid that is. Right
Yes.
now, as we speak, the numbers.
Yeah, he views it as inferior because it's not his.
NXT is taking, for lack of a better term, is taking an ass whooping right now.
The problem with his attitude
Is
towards
that NXT?
NXT is it's under his company, so if they succeed, he succeeds. But
he doesn't-
so much in the way. that
Right, he doesn't see it that way.
that he's
at
willing
all.
to kill it in order to kill his own company.
Yeah,
NXT.
because
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Because what happens, you know, we were talking about this off air one day. What happens with Vince is a narcissist, totally a narcissist.
Ooh.
And what happens with the narcissists? They always want to be on top, no matter the consequences. You know, they don't care about anyone but themselves and how they can get ahead. Even if he has to kill the company, he'll do it, and at the end of it, he'll laugh because he thinks he won.
See, and this is the problem that I, as a former fan, have. I would love to sit back and watch NXT. However, knowing that they're under Vince McMahon's banner. Makes it difficult for me to do that.
Of course it does, because what happens with the NXT guys? As soon as they finish their rounds at NXT, what happens? They go to the main roster.
And become basically invisible.
Nothing.
They become invisible, basically. They fall off the earth.
A good example would be Asuka. Oh,
Asuka, Nakamura.
Exactly.
Aleister Black.
I thought he was doing good though, Aleister Black.
Not on Raw?
But now, anyway. Now.
But you know, it's like I said, what happens with the narcissist? They don't care as long as they're on top. Even if it's bad, even if nobody is standing with them at the mountaintop.
They don't care. You're right.
Nope.
Everybody just saw me on camera kiss my mom.
Aww.
Oh, yeah,
sound effect.
right.
I was on mute, you morons.
Oh.
Mo has an announcement to make.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No, just continue with what you were saying.
Okay, anyways, like I was saying, you know, like he's standing at the mountaintop and nobody's there with him. He doesn't care. Why? Because he's got the last laugh.
Okay, but look. What kind of a stupid, idiotic practice and idea is this? He's sacrificing NXT. NXT, like I said before, is taking an ass whooping from AEW when you look at the numbers. We're looking.
You know, that not because NXT sucks, it's because people want to punish NXT by watching AEW.
I don't think it's that either,
I don't
bro.
think it's that.
I just, you know what it is? Here's what it is, bro. People have become so tired of WWE that they're not willing to want to watch NXT simply because, going back to what Ness said, it's under the stale, boring, convoluted WWE banner. So people automatically assume, man, I know it's good, but I just want nothing to do with WWE.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. Even if it has a sub-brand that does feature everything not WWE.
Right, because psychologically, what are you thinking? Well, if they, once they're done, they're going to go to the main roster. I don't want to see talent get wasted like that.
But you know what? That's sad still, because like Triple H is putting his heart and soul into this company.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
He's literally putting everything, and then
Vince
and people attack him.
Vince just does not care. Like I said before, he is a narcissist, and somehow or other, I don't care what anybody says, he's a psychopath. Not a psychopath as in like he's a serial killer. He just doesn't care about anybody else.
Right, yes.
Or anything else.
Yes.
That's leads to a downfall, right? Downfall.
Yeah.
Oh, he will fall eventually.
Of course.
You know.
But again, the question, I go back to it. Why would you sacrifice NXT?
Because he views it as inferior.
Yep.
He's an egomaniac, and he just wants it his way.
Exactly. So he's willing to sacrifice.
He's willing to
Okay,
sacrifice.
but look, here is the reality.
Obviously, it doesn't make any sense. It's irrational. It's illogical. It contradicts. It's totally contradictory.
But here's the reality. You want to extinguish AEW, then why not move SmackDown to Wednesdays? You don't extinguish AEW with NXT. AEW is going to whoop its ass every single solitary week. As good as NXT is, listen, that is just the reality.
SmackDown is going to beat AEW. No.
NXT is not beating AEW. Not.
No, because everybody's going to be watching. And you know what, too? It's cool because we have the network.
Okay, but that's the thing. Here's another thing that a lot of people are saying. Mm-hmm. Now, for those who have been watching NXT consistently, and that's a lot of people, but they're saying, we're not conditioned to watch NXT for 2 hours. We're used to a 1 hour format on the WWE network without commercials. Everything wrapped up in one neat package. And very little filler.
I don't mind it.
Okay, bro, but
an
that's
hour, an extra hour.
bro, but that's you. You have to get yourself out of the mindset of you and think about everybody else.
Right.
Look at AEW. It has the same concept though.
Right, but people that have been watching NXT since its inception, they watched it on, me included, on the WWE network, and like Mo
But they have to
said,
realize that on the network, of course, it's gonna be an hour and there's no commercial because it's on the network. But on TV, it's gonna have to have.
right, but you're not letting
That's
me
how
finish.
you make living.
Yeah,
Right,
but
but
bro,
you're not
let her make her point.
Let me make my point. So, okay, so since its inception, it's been on the network, and it's been an hour, and you know what? That's been awesome, because we're not having to deal with commercials. It's just right after another, match after match after match, right after promo, after another, and that's what we're used to, me included. And so, would it be sloppy because it's 2 hours and it's on it's on a TV network? They have to adhere to the TV network guidelines.
Right.
Hold on a second. With the WWE network, they don't have to adhere to their guidelines.
Right.
And they don't have to put restrictions and time limits on things because it's their own network. You see what I'm saying?
Not only that, but it goes back to this conditioning. People have already been conditioned to 1 hour. Oh, but AEW is 2 hours and nobody has a problem with that because AEW started out with a 2 hour format. What happens when you add 3 hours? Oh, no, we don't want that. What happened when you added a third hour to Raw? No, we don't want that.
That's exactly the point I was going to make. Yeah, AEW started with 2 hours. They didn't, whereas NXT has always been 1 hour.
Which brings me up to my next point. NXT TakeOver shows. They used to be 2.5 hours. For Triple H, he said it himself. That's a sweet spot. I like 2.5 hours, 3 hours at most. I like it, he said. I like it. But now that this is 2 hours, NXT takeovers are just gonna feel like any other show.
Yeah, and that's what you don't want, because a lot of viewers can leave. Oh, you know what? I don't want to watch this anymore because it doesn't feel special.
And here's another thing, and it goes back to what I said a couple of weeks ago as well. People are sticking by this idea that, look, we love the entertainment that NXT brings because it's a hot wrestling show. I'm not taking nothing away from that. It is hot. Blazing hot. The women's division, the best. Okay, the best. What am I intrigued at most when it comes to NXT right now? The women's storyline and how important they've made Shayna Baszler and that title of hers.
Yeah.
But where the problem becomes is here. You can't... Hold on. You can't give us takeover.
NXT doing it better.
You can't...
Hold on.
You can't give us NXT takeover caliber shows every single week. Because then when you present an NXT takeover, again, it's going to feel like any other ordinary show. And that's not what you want. AEW is doing it correctly because they're giving you that slow burn. Yes, they're not going to go balls off the wall on TV because they want to save those special moments for pay-per-view. When you used to watch WWF back in the day, you didn't see the crazy stuff until pay-per-views. Kurt Angle and Shane didn't do the glass table spot on live TV on USA Network on Raw. They did that glass spot at King of the Ring on pay-per-view. You didn't see Foley fall through the cage on Raw. He did it on a pay-per-view event.
You didn't see Shane McMahon fall off the top of the ladder and go through a table in that hardcore match with Steve Blackman. That was on Raw with SmackDown. That was at a pay-per-view.
All those special moments that stick with you, they save it for pay-per-view. I mean, sure, okay, you want to have special moments on your weekly television shows, of course. You want to have 1 or 2 solid matches, sure. But what you don't want is a burnout. What you don't want is for every single show to feel so much the same that your pay-per-views start feeling the same as your weekly shows on Wednesdays.
Right. You know what?
Yeah,
you know what's special? What a special moment on television is? A cliffhanger.
Right.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly.
And that's what you want.
I mean, they're so good because they've done table shots like you've been saying. NXT hasn't done a table shot or a glass shot. AEW has done it though with Dean Ambrose slamming.
Okay, but that was one moment, bro. What I'm talking about is wrestling in itself. They give you a takeover every single solitary week, and every show feels the same.
Yeah, and the thing is, like we said a couple of weeks ago, the burnout process. You don't want your wrestlers to feel burned out either. Like, that's a lot of pressure.
Right, Velveteen Dream injured right now as well.
Oh.
Along with Adam Cole. This is why you don't go full throttle every week.
Yeah, because of the injury list.
I'll give you another example of
burnout. Last week he actually got injured though.
Yeah.
I believe he got injured.
You mean Kushida?
Kota Ibushi? Is that his name?
No, Kushida.
No, Kushida.
Oh, no, it's Kushida.
Yeah.
Kota Ibushi.
I got him confused.
Bless you.
Yeah. And bless you. Yeah, but he got injured this week.
See?
But even if he did get injured, he wouldn't have wrestled this week, though.
Well,
you don't know that.
They're still sending them out there full throttle, bro. You don't do that on a week to week.
Here's another example of burnout. And granted, neither one of these guys got injured, but how many freaking times on a SmackDown did we see Edge versus Batista? Every freaking week.
That was a lot.
Us Edge versus Batista every week.
Well, that was SmackDown though.
Well, that again reminds me of this Dijokovic and Keith Lee. That match has happened 1, 2, 3, 4, and now a 5th time next week.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but it takes away the speciality of it.
It does.
Oh, the wow factor.
Because we've seen it.
So do you think it's gonna be a good match against him and Rob Strong?
Well, with the factor of Roderick Strong, yeah, obviously it's gonna. I mean, listen, no one's arguing that it's a bad match. It's a great match every single time you hook them up. But what you have to do here, see, you gotta kind of follow the New Japan formula. New Japan could give you the same match over and over again if it felt like, but here's the difference: they spread out the dates.
Yep.
They spread out the dates. If you see a match happen once, you won't see the same match again till like.
They become a tag team after.
Hold on. You won't see the same match till like 4 or 5 months later, 6 months later.
Exactly.
You know, WWE just has to be bi-monthly, bi-weekly. Like, what the hell?
They want to shove it down your throat.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel the same at all. It gets old after a while.
It's like trying to feed little kids vegetables. It's like, you can't force feed it.
But
then they had that back in the day, like a 2 out of 3 match. Like 1 week they had this match, and the next week, and then they had the rubber match, stuff like that. They had it back in the day.
They used to do that on pay-per-views, yeah.
Yeah, but that was on pay-per-views.
It wasn't like on live TV.
Not on pay-per-view. That's 2 out of 3. That's 2 out of 3 falls. What I'm saying is, 1 week they have a match, and the next week they have another match, and then the tiebreaker.
No, I'm not talking about 2 out of 3 falls. I'm talking about the match itself. They'll have it on one pay-per-view, and then the next pay-per-view they'll tie it up, and then they'll have the rubber match at the next pay-per-view.
Right.
Yeah, but it was spread out though, right?
But in the midst of all that, you have it was building up to those matches.
See?
It kept building the story.
See? So you didn't get burned out.
No, you didn't get burned out.
You know, so I mean, the unfortunate part to all of this, though.
Right.
The unfortunate part to all of this is the fact that because of WWE, NXT is suffering.
Yes.
That's the unfortunate. And those guys, look, all of my small gripes aside, those guys have done absolutely, positively nothing to deserve to get buried this way either.
No, not at all. Is it me, or do you feel like they've left everything in the ring? You know what I mean? Like they put their to me anyway.
They do. They do.
They put their heart and soul out on the line every single time.
They do. They do.
For what?
Hey, Matt Riddle, you saw him fight that big dude? Oh man, that was a good match.
Yeah, despite him almost dropping him on his head, but it was a good match.
I mean, but for what though?
Say what?
I said he weighed 300 pounds. Like it was impressive for him to pick him up.
Yeah, I'm impressive and all,
Even
but
though I know they do have help when that happens.
they need to be careful with that.
But I mean,
Who was the
here
one
goes,
that got who did the reverse hurricanrana?
Yeah,
It was him. It was that guy who got dropped in his head.
yeah.
but here's my
And that one wasn't bad, but luckily it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that could have ended terribly.
Great, Chris.
Never mind. No, I literally forgot what I was gonna say. My mind went blank.
But yeah, unfortunately, the one who suffers here is NXT. Unfortunately, but again,
Oh yeah, that was my question. I'm sorry. For what though? What's it mean in the long run?
go ahead.
Vince's ego is more important than him making it. It's essentially all it is.
Yep.
Sad.
And it's so sad.
It is.
It is sad.
It is. I've seen a couple of takeover shows. I've seen and I again, it always blew my mind that this is under the WWE umbrella.
Yeah.
And now
And it's just
now we
it's
have
just so
another
sad.
now we have another American alternative, AEW, which feels
And you know why it blew my mind? Because it was
hold that
NXT.
thought. Yeah, hold that thought. Because it feels nostalgic with a hint of that new car smell.
yeah.
That's
But
what AEW is.
Yeah.
It's a fresh start, new beginning.
But here's where AEW needs to be careful. Now, time to throw some shade their way.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. AEW, I feel, could use at least 1 or 2 promos on their weekly show. 1 or 2, that's it, to the max. Don't go above 2 promos. Okay? The reason for this is because there's a lot of talent there whom you're introducing to new eyes, a new set of eyes, a new set of ears, and you need to expose them to who these characters are.
Yes.
AEW can't just go and present to you an in-ring show without presenting you, here's this guy.
Yeah. Because listen, the American fan base wants in-ring and stories, not just in-ring and not just stories.
Well, they give you stories in terms of their docu-series and stuff like that, which they present, which I gotta commend both NXT and AEW for doing that very, very well. They're both superlative when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, have an MJF go out there, have somebody like Kenny go out there, have them cut these promos.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Have them do these promos so that way they could be introduced to this audience. And again, I'm only asking for 1 or 2 promos. I don't want.
You don't want to be saturated.
I don't want it to be saturated like SmackDown and Raw are when it comes to their promo work.
Yeah.
So, again, that's one of my gripes with the other thing is. The other thing is, okay. I feel that AEW needs a developmental system like what WWE has, and especially like what New Japan has. And I say that more so, not so much because of the male athletes. It's more so because of the women. And no, it has nothing to do with the champion. It's more so. When you look at Nyla Rose, green. When you look at Britt Baker, green.
Green.
She seemed very, very lost in her match. Girl is telling her this way, she's pulling that way. She seemed lost, especially when it came to doing like rope works and things like of that nature. Yes.
You cut that too?
Rio is trying to conduct this match, but Britt is pulling elsewhere, you see?
I thought that was just me then. Thinking that way. Okay.
Can we get
crazy because like she
Whoa, you're cutting up terribly, Eddie.
Yeah, you're cutting out. You're breaking up there, buddy.
Break it up.
Yeah, might want to relocate.
I am relocating.
There you go.
Getting better.
Getting better. Getting better.
Oh.
Too close.
Yeah, no.
I said that this girl was too strong, so she probably was forcing her way by accident on Rio.
No, bro. Rio was trying to tell her
There you go.
this way, but she was. I'm like,
Going the
yo,
other way.
she's trying to relocate you and tell you how to do the spot, but she seemed lost. So lost that she was like a deer in headlights, looking every which direction. Like.
Yeah.
That's how lost she seemed, and I'm like, yo.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
No, that's not good at all.
I saw that look in her eyes.
You saw that, so you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Exactly. This is clear as day.
I think it was
Especially when the
somebody
Mac logo.
commented on that in commentary, but I don't remember who it was.
It was probably Jim Ross.
I think it was JR.
Might have been. Yeah. Most likely.
I would love for them to do a commentary together.
Whoa! Start that over again.
What'd you say about the
I said
commentary?
What'd you?
I said I would want Morrow and JR to be doing commentary together.
Morrow and JR commented. Wow.
Wow.
I don't think
There's
that.
a dream
I don't
team.
think that.
I don't think
I
that
don't think
would
that would work right now, bro. Morrow would run circles around him right now.
Yeah, JR is not like the JR
That's
of
sad,
old.
man. Yeah, right. JR is. He seems more laid back now than how he was before.
Yes.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
It's not that he's done with wrestling. It's just like he's like.
No,
Yeah, he's just older now. That's
Well,
all.
he's just older,
Yeah.
and his speech as well. His speech has a lot to do with it
Yeah. He's
as
older.
well.
Well,
The way
he
he.
had the same speech pattern back then. Though.
Okay, but he's
No.
younger than Jerry Lawler, though.
Who, JR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
Yes, he is.
How old is JR?
JR is 65, I believe. 66.
No.
Yeah.
He don't look
I'm
65.
Really?
He don't look on 65.
I
He
thought
looks
he
like
was
65,
older
66.
than King.
No, he's younger than King.
How old is King?
King is like 70, bro. 71.
Isn't he in his 70s?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
He looked like 50, yo. And King looked like 60.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
King looks a lot young. Well, King looks younger than Jim Ross.
I
But
think
you know that King still wrestles a little bit here and there, right?
Yeah, I do know that. I do know that.
Yeah, he's still like.
He gonna break his
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, he still wrestles a little bit.
He a little crazy.
A little.
He's a lot crazy.
Dang.
Yeah.
How is he still wrestling, yo?
I don't know why he's still wrestling. That's him, bro.
Maybe he's good fighting. I don't know.
He's got that.
No, he said in an interview that it kept his heart young, whatever that means.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, Eddie, you
What?
are breaking up terribly right now, bruh.
Hmm. You have technical difficulties over there, bro.
What?
I said it's because it might keep his heart ticking.
What?
It might keep his heart.
Ticking.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, keep his heart ticking. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Hey.
But yeah, no.
Really?
Right now, Morrow would run circles around Jim Ross. But
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that is my other gripe. Like, have some sort of a developmental system where you can because listen, Rio has been wrestling since she was 9 years old.
Exactly.
Britt Baker, she's only been wrestling for 5 years, and it's not a 5 consistent years. It's just been 5 years on and off because she's doing her college thing and dentistry and things. So she's it's not till now that she's fully able to dedicate herself to wrestling. But again, 5 years, but it's like 5 years, 20 matches per year. You have these other guys in AEW doing 100, 150, 200 plus matches per year.
Yep.
You gotta admit, that's kind of impressive, though.
What exactly?
For only five years, that good?
Absolutely. But again, the miscommunication, especially when it's so obvious and you can literally see it on camera, you can't have that.
Because she could hurt herself too. If
Or hurt somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's my critique for them. Expose your fan base a little more to promo work, and work on the women.
right,
Yeah, because NXT's women division's on fire.
it's on fire. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Honestly, come to NXT for that. I get hyped for that. The women's match.
That's the best part of NXT, bro.
Yeah, the women's division.
You know why? It's because I think they're more hungry.
That is the best part of NXT. Speaking of women and NXT, WWE tried to acquire a Japanese-based company for the sake of NXT Japan. They tried to get Noah, which is a Japanese-based wrestling company, and they said no. We don't want to do business with you guys.
Smart on them.
Absolutely smart on them. Now, what do you think of... Speaking of Japan, what do you think of New Japan? Who's the guys that parent New Japan?
Oh, I don't know.
Hold on, let me look this up real quick. I'll tell you right now.
I mean, they make a base in Japan if they wanted to. They have enough money.
Say that again?
I said, couldn't they just make a base in Japan, NXT? They have enough money for that.
Yeah, but New Japan already has that market locked.
Exactly.
Okay, here it is. The company that is basically in charge of New Japan and other promotions like kickboxing promotions and such,
And Glory Kickboxing and all them.
they have acquired Stardom, which is the all-women's based wrestling organization, the biggest wrestling based organization when it comes to women in Japan. Right. So there's going to be a lot of crossover between NJPW and Stardom. How do you, Crystal, feel about that?
Oh my god, that is awesome.
Stardom is where people such as Rhea Ripley, Io Shirai, Rio, and others came from Stardom to venture to AEW and NXT.
That is so awesome.
We can believe it.
Wow.
A lot of those women are from there. A lot of the NXT women that you see are from Stardom. But now...
The company, wow. Women of Wrestling.
They're still around. But here's the thing. With the acquisition of Stardom, it now makes them not eligible to necessarily get picked up by WWE promotions. WWE basically has to now look elsewhere to scalp a lot of their women talent.
Good.
Like I said initially, WWE trying to mess around in Japan, big mistake. You ain't gonna hurt them or move them.
Nope.
That market's already locked up.
Yep, it is.
New Japan is way too massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really is.
Say what, bro?
Something about Triple H. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something about Triple H.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about. That's all I got.
Your internet is breaking up badly, bruh.
What? All I got was.
I think he said, "How about now?"
Oh.
Still the same.
I said I don't know why.
Oh, he don't know why.
Oh gosh.
No sé por qué. It could be the weather.
Boy, what a monstrosity.
Ugh.
I know, right?
Hey, we should have a segment called Words with Eddie.
Oh my gosh.
All I got was.
Didn't get that at all. What in the world?
Now he's doing the Charlie Brown thing.
Okay. I think we're getting. There we go. I think we're getting somewhere.
No, he's
No.
still breaking up.
I gotta stay. Hey.
Where's that from? I heard that. Huh? All I got was the word "cuz."
Hey, yo, Eddie, how about getting close to your router?
That might hit.
Nah, I've done it here before.
Oh.
All I got is before.
I think he says he's done the cast from here before.
How
Oh,
about now?
There we
Getting better, yes.
go. There we go.
getting better, but still on the iffy side.
This thing has a mind of its own sometimes, I swear.
Ahora, ¿cómo está?
Yes.
¿Cómo está,
Okay.
my sister?
We got a winner!
Okay, now what were you saying? Make your point. Uh-oh.
About what?
Oh,
We spoke too soon.
we spoke too soon. Never mind.
But yeah, yeah.
Say that again?
Go ahead.
What I was saying about New Japan?
Yeah.
There you go.
Stay there.
Stay right there.
Well,
Stay
I
right there.
think it's because I was charging my phone.
Wow, that's weird.
That is why, because I was charging my phone. So now it's like on 15%. So it may or may not die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but now you sound way better.
Yeah. Now you
Yeah,
sound
of course,
better.
because I'm next to my phone now.
Yeah. There you go.
But you guys are breaking up too, from certain parts.
From your end, yeah.
From your end.
Yeah, you
Figured
guys,
as much. Yeah.
you guys are breaking up. Like Crystal and Mo was breaking up when I was listening. So I was like, I'm over here paying attention to Chris. I'm like, I have no idea what she's saying.
Yeah, that's what we were.
All right, Ness, paraphrase.
So I'm like,
Paraphrase New Japan what we were saying.
Basically, it's impossible for WWE to corner that market because New Japan already has that market locked.
Yeah, it's pretty much locked.
And then I was saying, why not they make a company in New Japan and just have their Japanese stars go over there? Because I'm pretty sure didn't they acquire some Chinese superstars in NXT? They just didn't use them.
What do you mean exactly? I'm not following.
Bringing in Japanese wrestlers.
Yeah, the Chinese wrestlers.
Wait. Who are we talking about though?
Wait, what?
NXT has Chinese wrestlers?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but they
A-Dub.
yeah, but they can't, bro.
No, they can't.
Now with the acquisition of Stardom, it makes it
Got it.
hard
Yeah.
for WWE
Yeah.
now to export.
To acquire any sort of any guys, any wrestlers from over there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They got that market locked.
I think NXT is set with women though. Like their women in that division is fire, man. So I don't think they need more.
What happens when they all leave to the main roster then?
Yeah, I was gonna say what. Yep.
Which then, was
Stop bringing that up.
that brings me back to my
Bringing that up.
I said earlier. This is why I watch NXT.
Stop ruining NXT.
It's the reality, though.
But it's
That's
the
what I'm-
reality of it,
You know,
though.
Vince is gonna do it. You know, it's gonna happen.
Stop it. Stop ruining it, mommy. Stop ruining it, daddy.
Tell,
Stop it.
tell Vince.
Help.
You know, so
Me.
for once, WWE are the ones cornered.
Yeah.
And you know, it's nice to see
And you
that.
think that's going to change Vince's mind?
It's
and Nick?
nice to see that.
At this point, no. Which is
No.
bad.
Nothing will change his
No,
mind.
but
He
it's-
will
But
be-
again-
No, but it's good to see that New Japan or Japan as a whole isn't affected by this. You know,
exactly.
Oh, yeah. What I was saying about Japan is, do you think they would have said yes to Triple H?
Yeah. he would've.
And not
if
Mick?
he,
If
They would've
Vince
been
is
willing to
if
work
Vince
with
is not in the way,
Yes.
yes.
then
Exactly.
yes.
But
But they
Vince is in the way-
see
Yeah.
they see how Vince is too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
They know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He don't care about the fans, basically. He just cares about him.
He doesn't care about anyone but himself.
Yeah.
He
He's a
basically just like
he's
he
a
make fun of
narcissist,
fans,
like
and
I
he-
said.
He'd be like, "Let me take you money, you idiots." That's basically what
Well,
he's saying.
yeah,
Pretty much,
exactly. Because
Yeah,
he's a
pretty much.
narcissist. That's
And Triple
why.
H, on the other hand, is like, "I love you guys. Come here. Look at what I prepared for you. Look at my sons and daughters. Look at this and look at that." Like he welcomes them as
Well,
family,
when
whereas
you-
as Triple H, Vince McMahon is like,
And it's obvious because just hear the way that Triple H talks about his NXT kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
It's
loves
a
those
shame.
guys. He
There's
loves
so
those
much.
guys.
It's. I don't know about you, but it feels like a family.
You know,
You know?
and he loves them so much that when they get called up to the main roster and he's seen their frustration, the word is he consoles them. Do you know how deep that is?
Yeah.
"But why does he let him go in the first place?
Because you don't have another choice.
Because he doesn't have a choice.
But don't they have a choice? Like they'd be like, "Nah, I don't want to go there."
Bro, first of all, McMahon doesn't communicate any of this to Triple H. He just snatches them.
Pretty much.
But what if people be like, "I don't want to go"? Like
It
someone
doesn't
goes back.
matter.
Then you'll
It
fire
doesn't. It doesn't matter.
You see, this is
if they say they don't want to go, then he'll just fire them.
Then
You
what
see-
about Johnny
Yeah.
Gargano? Why is he still in NXT?
you see, this
He's
is
been in NXT
okay.
since the
Okay,
day one.
okay. Look. This is where Triple H wants to settle down and put his foot
Yeah.
down and say, "I want it so I could lock these guys exclusively to NXT." That's what eventually he wants to do, but it's not going to be easy.
Nope.
And also, why is Finn Balor back in NXT then, if that's the case?
Because they have nothing for him in the main roster.
So isn't Kevin Owens going to NXT as well? Oh no.
I have no idea, bro.
I don't know.
This,
I heard he
this is
was
the
in
same. This is the same. This is the same company that quote unquote drafted Bray Wyatt to SmackDown, but yet in the next month he's only going to make 2 SmackDown appearances, and all of his other appearances are going to be on Raw.
The draft was a joke. Because
Wait.
You know
Is it
why
'cause
the
he-
draft was a. You know why the draft. You know why the draft was a joke. Ness. Here we go. I'll give you the example. Now getting drafted to Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was already on Raw.
Exactly.
Well, he got redrafted.
Now getting drafted to the Kansas City Chiefs. Ness.
Patrick Mahomes. Oh wait, he's already on the damn team.
Stupid.
The thing is, I don't get why Raw and SmackDown is trying to make it more sports-like. You know what I mean? Like, you guys
that's the
basically...
No,
thing.
not Raw.
That's the thing.
SmackDown.
That's the thing. They're not. They're not.
though. It's the same. The same
Like,
thing that
you
happened
guys
on USA
know.
is the same thing
You know
that's
how
happening on Fox.
you know how I've seen people like okay on TNT, right, when there's been basketball games or baseball games, when they've introduced AEW, tune into Dynamite on TNT Wednesday night Dynamite, AEW hard hitting wrestling action, You know how they do it on Fox when there's a football game or a baseball game? Tune into WWE SmackDown. It's a show. It's a spectacle.
Yep, I've seen that too.
Yep. Oh, and by the way, don't even get me started on the recycled ad that they continue to use.
No, go ahead. Please.
Please.
They continue to promote SmackDown
To no end.
To no end with guys that are no longer even there.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
They continue to use that recycled ad with The Rock and Austin and all that.
But they're not even there. Oh yeah, and speaking of Austin,
Talk
we
about
didn't
false
even
advertising.
see him on the premiere.
Also advertising.
He was there, but he wasn't there to cut a promo, though. He was there.
So technically, he was there.
Oh, okay. But still.
But nobody tuned in just to see him sitting in the stand.
Yeah.
People tuned in because they thought he was going to do something.
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly.
I see him right there. I see him. There you go. I see a glimpse of him.
I just picture Vince sitting backstage and laughing it up, and everybody tuned in like.
Yeah.
Got your money. I got your money.
But yeah, good. Going back to New Japan though, good for them, man. I can't wait to see these joint shows together. That's gonna be.
It's gonna be
so
great.
good.
NXT Triple H, man. They're getting so much of the rump or like the bad end of the stick, man.
Unfortunately, yeah, they are.
They
Yeah.
are.
You know?
They're getting
And
killed
I don't
in
want them
ratings.
to keep
They're
doing back. They're providing great matches, man. Like fantastic, awesome matches. I enjoy NXT.
yeah, me too. But
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're under that umbrella.
Yeah.
Yes.
unfortunately,
I never thought-
Unfortunately-
and this is something that off air me and Eddie discussed. I'm like, Eddie, I really never wanted to. Like, I could have my gripes with AEW and or NXT all you want, but when it comes to NXT, I never want it to get to a point where they suffer because of WWE's doings.
I don't want
But
none
this
of
is
them
exactly
stuff.
but this is exactly what's happening.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like you're guilty by association, right?
Pretty much.
It's the same
I
concept.
can sit
AEW versus the NXT events. That's what I want.
I can sit
Crossover mix, yeah.
I can sit here and nitpick all you want at AEW's lack of promos at times, or nitpick at NXT and them doing takeover events every week and how that could burn out. Okay, I could do that all you want, but at the end of the day, here's the end result. At the end of the day, I never leave an NXT event or never leave an AEW event feeling dissatisfied. I never feel like I've gotten gypped. I never feel like my intelligence got insulted. I never feel bored.
Right.
Let me ask you a question, Mo. Let's say Triple H does a lockdown. Do you think he would have full control of it, NXT?
With a full lockdown, yes. Because then he has full lockdown.
Alright, now to leads you to the next question.
No one could touch him at that point.
If he has full control of NXT, do you think he would do an NXT versus AEW pay-per-view type thing?
That won't happen.
No, that won't happen.
And why would that not happen?
Because he would need full control of WWE.
Correct.
Right.
And that won't happen.
Yes, he would have control of the subdivision that is NXT, and it's still within the confines of WWE. Let's not forget. But again, he has full control in regards to keeping those guys away from the WWE main brands. Okay.
Right.
Now, what if he buys the company himself and removes it from the WWE brand?
He needs to steal money from McMahon's bank account.
Pretty much.
Why is that? It costs that much money?
He's rich, but he ain't that rich.
Exactly.
He ain't McMahon.
remember-
He ain't McMahon or
gotta
Shahid
remember.
Khan rich.
You gotta remember,
Nope.
Eddie, McMahon is a billionaire. Triple H is a millionaire.
Not even him, Stephanie, and Shane mixed?
No.
No. No.
Jeez, how did they not have that much money?
No, because they don't have the financial backing power. You need when you get a company like that, what you need as well is you just can't go and steal money. You need investors, and you're gonna need a lot of people.
You know what else? But the most important thing you're gonna need is for Vince to be willing to sell the company too.
Exactly, and that
Yeah.
will never happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Nope.
You'd have to pry at this cold dead hand.
Yep.
Hold on, guys. Let me
Did you hear about
research
Cass
this.
from A-
Yes. For commentary, yes.
Yeah, got me. Only for one time though, right?
Yeah.
Who?
Taz, the submission machine.
Oh, Taz?
Yes. The Tasmanian Devil.
Still around.
Let me see something here. I'm researching something here real quick.
I mean, if that happened, they could get rid of Excalibur.
No, what is wrong with you?
No, what is wrong with you?
No.
What? Who else? Who are you gonna take out? JR or Tony Savant?
No!
No, they don't. They don't
What are
need
you gonna-
tats. No, they don't need tats.
They don't need to
What are
do
you gonna do?
anything.
You're gonna have 4 people
They don't need
commentating?
tats. No. they don't-
No, that's my point. They're fine with who they have.
Yeah, they don't.
Well,
need
he's
tats.
coming. He's coming to a event. So,
Yeah, but I think he's only doing the dark match.
and I believe this is for like a testing ground for him.
Yeah, I think he's only doing the AEW dark that they have on Tuesdays on the YouTube channel.
Oh. No, that
Which
would
that's
make-
fine.
That would make sense. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but
if
he
they
doesn't
do
need
that.
to be on the TV.
I enjoyed the commentating test.
I did too, but I mean, the AEW doesn't need him though.
No.
But he has been doing it in a while, so I don't know how good he would be.
Well, Taz is a color commentator, so I think he'd be fine.
Oh yeah, he'd be
That's
fine.
what I'm saying. They can remove Excalibur and he could wrestle.
No.
No, Excalibur's fine.
I don't really hear
They
him
need.
talk
They
much
need
anyway.
no,
Are
they
you
need
kidding?
someone.
What the hell are you watching? You don't hear him talk much.
I know.
Where you been?
Wait, isn't it Tony Schiavone talking and JR mostly?
It's all of them. All three.
It's all of them.
What the hell is this guy watching?
But
Clearly.
they sounded like
Siobhan
Siobhan and Excalibur.
play-by-play.
No, they
No,
don't.
they don't, bro. Excalibur has a deeper voice than
A
Shivani.
deeper voice than Shivani does.
Yeah.
Can he still wrestle or is he injured?
Who, Excalibur?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't wrestle no more.
I kind of want to see him like fight. What is he like injured or he just retired?
You just retired. You might have just retired.
Why is he still wearing a mask?
Same
his
reason why
gimmick.
King wears a mask. I mean, a
Exactly.
crown.
Crown. Yeah.
A crown.
Part of his gimmick.
Yep.
He doesn't wear a crown
Part of his gimmick.
Yeah, he does back in the day.
back in the day, but now he got the crown on the desk. He don't wear it technically.
He still carries it with him, though, bro.
Nobody still has it with him. It's a part of his
Classic.
gimmick.
Classic.
And when he walks into the ring, he don't put the helmet on. He's just like, I'm too old for this. Give respect.
He'll just carry it with him.
It's understood. It's
It's like JBL when he goes into the ring, he'll carry his cowboy hat. But after that, he'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
Please, a cowboy hat's lighter.
Yeah.
That is true. Cowboy hat is lighter, unless you put rocks. In it. I don't know why you would put it.
No, then it would tear.
Oh, yeah.
Depends on the material.
Good point.
Oh yeah.
So here's
Yeah, but all-
here's the deal. Shahid Khan, which obviously would translate back to Tony Khan.
Tony Khan.
Right.
We're
Wait,
talking.
is he,
We're talking a net worth of 7.27 billion versus McMahon's 2 billion.
Woo!
7.
And that's all his money. That's not his dad's money.
No,
That's-
Saeed.
No. His dad
Saeed
the one
is
with
his. Saeed is the one with the money.
Yes.
Tony
And Tony
Khan
is the one-
Tony Khan is okay. Tony Khan is in charge of everything, but Shahid is basically the man with the money, the man with the backup, the man with the financial backup.
He's the one who's fronting it.
Yes.
I mean, not
So
fronting
it's
it.
only like making anything of it.
Well, Tony
Villains.
Go
Shahid
ahead.
Khan is the financial backer of this. Tony
Yes.
Yes,
Khan runs
so
it, but
Tony
So he
Khan
put it in
runs.
money.
Tony
Tony's
Khan
making
runs
a-
the show. Yes.
So Tony is just making the money, and this guy's putting in the money. So is he getting something out of it?
Of
Or
course.
that?
yeah.
Well, yeah, he has to because he's the financier.
I mean, think
thought he
about-
was, like,
I mean,
putting in
think
the
about
money
it.
and his son is-
Bro, he owns a soccer team in the UK. He owns the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguars, yeah.
He
Own
owns their-
AEW.
He owns a soccer team in France.
So come
You
on.
think McMahon is shaking his boots?
I think at this point McMahon doesn't care.
At this point, McMahon doesn't care. I told you.
Well, the last thing, but the last thing he wants he wants is to get into a bidding war with Shahid.
Yeah, he's not gonna. Yeah,
he's not gonna do that.
Come again, Eddie?
Do that again.
What?
I say he has $2 billion, right? How is he gonna run XFL and Raw, SmackDown, and then NXT with that?
Well, that is enough to run all that.
Oh yeah.
And the XFL?
That's more than enough. Yeah, bro.
And he's not running.
That's only.
He's not
That's only.
XFL. He's got people that are going to run that for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not gonna run XFL no more.
Well, he's gonna oversee it and all that, but it's like the NFL. It's like the NFL. It's like the NFL. You have an overseer, but everyone knows who runs the NFL are 32 owners.
Exactly.
32 billionaires run the NFL.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh man.
More money now. Mm-hmm. I think that's what's wrong with him. He's trying to keep more money, concern himself with the product. He's like, I need more money. I'm getting too old.
So let's see.
No, he's not.
So let's see. So let's see what else is going on in WWE. You guys ready for this one?
Go ahead.
Oh.
Yes.
Hulk Hogan.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, one more match.
He wants one more match, and if it's not against Austin, because that match never came to be. You figure, he fought The Rock. He could have done fought Austin. Yes, that would have made sense back in that time. Yes.
Now it makes no sense.
But check this out.
One more match. It's not against Hogan.
Yeah, but first of all, if Austin were to step in the ring, I necessarily wouldn't have a problem with that. I mean, Austin still looks fairly good, But okay. But okay. That aside, hold on. Let me finish my point. That aside, if Austin doesn't pull through, he wants his match to be against Vince McMahon.
Is he for? You know what?
You know what?
Sad.
Go ahead.
He's in shape though. He's in better shape than Hulk.
You're right about that, Eddie.
I got the perfect venue for that match.
The ECW arena.
I know.
Saudi Arabia.
No, I got the perfect venue for that. Citizens Bank. There. Citizens Bank.
I honestly don't want Cohen's match to be against Hulk Hogan.
I got the perfect venue for that.
Mm-hmm.
The nursing home, so that way they could get care afterward.
I would rather have like Kevin Owens, kind of. I think that would be a good match.
Yes, that works.
The Battle of the Stunners?
That
would
works.
be a good match.
That would be a good match. I would like to see that.
You can officially pass on the torch to Kevin Owens.
That
because
works.
Kevin Owens took the Stunner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That works.
That's Stone Cold versus freaking McMahon. Or CM Punk at the when CM Punk was feuded with Triple H.
CM Punk ain't coming back to the ring.
No, he's not coming back at all.
Everyone could forget about that one. But yeah,
You're breaking up again.
Hulk Hogan versus McMahon.
Why? Just why?
I said no.
What?
And you know what? McMahon would say yes because it would get his face on whatever it is he's on.
Well, they're desperate. Oh, which reminds me.
Oh no.
Somebody on Sports Illustrated wrote an article. And the gist of it was this. WWE is only looking for recognition of their name and not so much concerned about putting out quality. That's what that's what the gist of this person who wrote this article is.
Yep.
And that's pretty much what we've been talking about right now, today.
Yep, today.
This is what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, really? Who the hell cares about Stone Cold versus Hogan today? Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Who even cares about seeing the geriatric match between Hogan and Vince?
No one cares.
Who cares to see that? Come on now.
Okay, but bro, let me argue this to you. I want to see Ness. I'm gonna pull you exclusively. Let me argue this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but why don't you have a problem with Chris Jericho being champion in AEW?
Because Chris Jericho is a full-time participant of AEW.
He's younger.
And he hasn't fallen out of relevancy.
Exactly.
No, he has not. He's still acting full-time, mind you, unlike Brock Lesnar over there.
Lesnar.
Exactly.
Shots fired.
But yeah, that's
the latest, huh?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Battle of the Geriatrics. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Wow.
And in other news, we have Michael Bennett asking for his release at the beginning of the week. After signing a 5-year contract with WWE, he now feels remorse for signing that contract. Now, he did it because he was under financial stress in regards to how I take care of a second child on the way. Now, I could see how he was committed to sign this contract. I could see how he was unsure about signing with, say, an AEW, who I feel wouldn't want him anyway, but that's neither here nor there. But the point is, I could understand how he could have felt obligated and committed, although,
yeah,
part of me wants to point the finger at him and say, you made your bed, lie in it.
Yeah.
But then the other part of me examines the addiction that he's overcome, and I say to myself, I don't want this guy to fall so into depression that he falls into this drug addiction again,
relapse,
which he's still battling, and he's always going to battle for the rest of his life. But that aside, at least now he's doing well enough for it, and is well enough for it. And by the way, guess who paid and sponsored for him in his recuperation was WWE. Again, I'll give WWE all the credit in the world for that. When it comes to helping the willing, in terms of drug addiction and such, they're very good at that. Very good at that. But again, that aside, I don't want this guy to fall under such a deep depression that he relapses back to the dark place in which he was at once upon a time.
Right. And that can happen very easily.
Yes.
It can, yeah.
Very easily.
Yeah. And that's unfortunate.
And that's a scary thought. You know, that's because okay, it's one thing if you're just you. Like if you're by yourself, right? Yeah. It's still scary, right? Yeah. Because all your loved ones are watching you. Mm-hmm. But you have a wife and you have kids who depend on you.
Right, exactly.
It's not just you anymore.
No.
Right.
You know, addiction, what people, I don't know, like when they're enthralled by the addiction, and they're completely in this addiction full throttle, right? And they're going through that. What happens is they're only thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about anyone else. You know, and that people can say, oh, you know, well, all they have to do is just not buy anything, or they don't have to, whatever, you know, whatever their addiction is. Oh, well, but see, it's not that. It's not that simple.
The addiction, it's not about the substance that they're addicted to. That's not what it's about.
It's a mind.
It's
thing.
all psyche.
It's all psyche. Like, okay, I know someone who is addicted to animals, but that stems from a deeper. It's deeper than that. That's the thing about addiction. It goes deeper than that. Like you said, it's a psychological thing. You know.
That's good.
They're trying to fill a void with whatever it is they're addicted to.
Right. And so what happened? This person ended up getting a job, and this person loves this job, and now this person still has their issue, but it's not as potent.
Right.
Because they're relying on their job to fill that void.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And who's to say that what's his name? Michael Bennett?
Yeah.
Michael Bennett, yes.
Is relying on wrestling to fill that void.
Yep.
Yeah, to keep him. Yeah, to keep him.
To keep him in check.
You know.
He says.
Grounded.
Well, he says in his statement, all I want to do is wrestle. I don't want to stay home and collect checks.
Yeah.
Right, because what happens? You're thinking, right? What happens is you start thinking, and you start thinking about your addiction. Oh, you know what? If I go into that, then I'd be straight.
But here we go. Going back to the messed up mentality of WWE and how they operate. They rather have you sit home and you do nothing and pay you as opposed to releasing you afraid that you would go
elsewhere.
W.
That's hilarious.
Right. I mean,
like AEW has McMahon. Wow.
I think he's just doing it on purpose, so he could just be like, AEW, you're not getting these people.
Yeah, that's it.
No. I don't think so. Because you really think AEW gives a damn? They don't give a crap.
No, they don't.
But Vince is apparently.
Said himself. He said, we're fine with what we have. If we get more, yay. If we don't, okay.
AEW could care less.
Yeah.
Especially if AEW lands a working relationship with New Japan.
Exactly.
But here, Vince thinks that Vince figures, okay, I can't buy them out like I did the other companies back in the day, so I'll just keep my guys from going over there.
And essentially, Ness, that's holding them hostage.
Yep.
Okay, but could I said earlier in the podcast we were going to talk about their practices. Now this is where I want it to lead.
Yep.
How criminal is this, and what could be done to exploit this? Furthermore, how do you go about?
This is beyond. This is absolutely criminal. There's nothing not criminal about it.
Right.
And
okay, Ness, you and I have to put our crime hats on now.
And the problem is they don't have a union.
Exactly.
And that's the reason they're able to get away with. Vince is able to get away with this.
Yeah, and the thing is, right. All right, Ness, you and I have to put our crime hats on. So, and the thing is with that is, if you don't have a union, that's like Ness said, that's the thing, and also, no private lawyer is gonna take that on because that's just a way for their career to die.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
By the way, just a small thing here. John Follis, what's up, man? Shout out to you.
What's up, John?
Eddie, John sends you a shout out as well, buddy. So.
What's up, John? What is up, John?
There you go.
There you go, John.
So, yeah, I mean, no private lawyer is going to want to do that because they wouldn't, number one, they would ask for a ton in legal fees.
A lot of money.
Because
this is where these guys unionizing would come into play, because instead of just one wrestler trying to hire a lawyer, they could all get together and pull their resources together and hire a lawyer and basically put an end to this tyranny that is
exactly. And another thing is there, and we don't know this, is there any fine print in this on these contracts?
Which could state what, for example?
Which could state something like, if you're not happy with, I don't know any criminal mumbo jumbo, so I'm just going to put it in simplistic terms. If you're not happy in your situation, you can do A, B, and C. You can A, file charges. B, hire your own personal lawyer. And C, you can discuss legal fees.
Well, you can.
And legal fees would only be a certain percentage.
Well, you can hire a lawyer. I know that much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyone's going to fight against Vince? He has a...
Exactly. That's my point. Because you're fighting not just against Vince.
Okay.
You're fighting against a corporation.
Okay. But CM Punk won his case.
Yeah. That's okay. Well, then here's another. Okay, since you said that, and I did not know this, since you said that, that puts a whole different spin on things.
Yeah.
How far do you want to take it? I mean, you could even take it up to the Supreme Court.
Well, CM Punk presented doctors, documentations and prescriptions of different pills he was taking. He presented a lot of things, records, pictures.
But that's the thing, and that's exactly what these people would have to do. They would have to do the same thing that CM Punk did.
Now, you guys remember that video we watched where they were talking about the illegal practices.
Oh, the comedy sketch?
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about the illegal practices of Vince McMahon and the WWE as far as contracts and all that.
Independent contractors.
Quote-unquote independent contractors. But yet they have a no-compete clause. What the hell is that?
Right. If you opt out and you decide I don't want to do this anymore, you have to wait and then wait another 90 days because you have a no-compete clause. The only way you'd not be hit with the no-compete clause is if you actually do your due diligence, and then after you've run out your contract and you've had your last match with WWE, then you're free to go. Kind of like what Moxley did what he had to do, waited it out, and then left. No sooner did it strike midnight, boom, released the video, and then was employed by AEW. Boom, done deal.
Done deal.
Exactly. And the thing is too. I'm sorry, Eddie. What?
I said that's what Luke Harper should have did. Because he went out.
Well, Harper is still there, bro, but he's just waiting his time.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what you should do. And now the thing is...
But the major thing is these guys need a union. Because if they had a union, they wouldn't have to be jumping through all these hoops.
Right.
It's sad.
It is sad, man. It really is. And think about the asinine reasons that people have been fired from WWE in the past.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Get fired.
And the thing is why nobody's done anything about it is, well, Vince could say to his lawyers, "Oh, you know what? Throw money at him."
Listen, it's gotten so ridiculous that not even failing the drug test is going to get you fired anymore.
So Vince is that desperate?
I mean, for God's sakes, Candice Michelle was fired for getting pregnant?
Yeah, what sense does that make?
Like, what?
Now it's like the army. You get shot.
Ridiculous.
No, the military, it depends on how bad it is. See, they actually have rules and structure.
They're like, you get shot in the foot, you go home. Now it's like, you walk it off.
No, it all depends.
It all depends.
But now WWE is willing to put up with people failing drug tests.
Yeah.
Wow, it's amazing.
It's all because of one narcissistic man.
Yep, the alpha and omega.
Who in his head believes if I lock up all these guys, AEW won't essentially have anything, and that's where he's wrong.
Yep. But he's not seeing. He's seeing in the moment. You see what I'm saying? He's seeing what's good for him now.
I know he's happy in there in AEW, the perfect 10.
Okay. But this brings me to this. Sean Spears, yes. But this brings me back to the original question that we started with. Why sacrifice NXT if what McMahon wants to do is win?
Because
he wants to do things his way. Is essentially
to prove that illegitimate company or inferior company as NXT could win against AEW, which in fact NXT is better than SmackDown and Raw.
Well, it is. Leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
And the only reason why NXT is losing to AEW is because people want to prove that AEW is better than NXT regardless of how good NXT is. People will tune into AEW not because NXT sucks, but because AEW is not under Vince's brand.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
That's what it is.
No matter, the people could be like, "Oh, AEW is way better." I'm like, NXT has solid, great matches, and you saying AEW is way better? I think not. I think AEW and NXT are equally good. I'm not saying one is better than the other one. And for people to say that NXT is way better than AEW, no. For people to say AEW is way better than NXT, no.
Right, absolutely.
Right.
I 100% agree with that. Because
if you have a legitimate reason to not watch or one or the other, okay, fine. That's different.
Yeah, that's a different story.
You know, yes, on a weekly basis, do I believe that NXT, in a sense, presents a better wrestling show? Yes. Do I believe that AEW presents a better slow burn into the storytelling? Yes. But the point is, there's everything for everyone in that landscape. What is there for me? What is there for people when they watch Raw or SmackDown? What is there?
Nothing.
Good question.
You know what I realized that I like about NXT or wrestling in period? And like, you guys like the storyline, right?
Yeah.
I like the commentary. The commentary is on fire, man. I just love that. That's what I miss. I miss the good old JR and King commentary and Morrow and
Nigel
McGuinness and Beth Phoenix. They provide that same classic nostalgic commentary that I like.
Well, I've gone on record and said they're the best commentary team. They're the best commentary team in all of wrestling right now.
Yeah,
untouchable.
Totally. But to answer your question, what is there for everyone in Raw and SmackDown? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Unfortunately, nothing at all. And you know, it's like, so here, okay. So I'm sitting there watching SmackDown, right? And I'm thinking, why are you buying tickets to this?
You bought tickets here?
No, I'm just saying, why do people buy tickets to that?
Well, I mean, it's because it's to support people like R-Truth, because R-Truth is comedy gold, man. Like,
okay, but what is the point of R-Truth's character, though?
Exactly. I can only stand R-Truth for a little while, okay?
Aside from
being 347 title.
Aside from being comedy, what's the relevance?
But what's the point? I mean, he doesn't really wrestle, does he?
Well, okay, hold on. Let me give you guys wrestling psychology in 101 here real quick.
Yeah.
Eddie, I'm coming to your defense here. Hold up. Here we go. Comedic wrestling is, if executed correctly, could be a very beautiful thing. And a great example of that is the New Japan G1 tournament. You had Toriano, who he is a comedy wrestler, but they gave you this sense and they made you believe, damn, he could do this. He could win a couple of matches, and he did. He pulled out a lot of surprise matches. The guy could be serious when he needs to be, you know. So again, they didn't just execute him to the point where he looks 100% like a clown.
Right. But that's what they're doing to R-Truth.
That's where comedy wrestling is executed correctly.
Right.
You know.
A couple of matches. He's like the 20-time champion of, 24/7 champion.
What the hell does that mean? Nothing.
Nothing.
That's irrelevant.
You gotta at least say this. He brought relevance to that title.
You know where that title is right now, bruh?
In the garbage?
In the garbage.
In the garbage.
So much for that, right?
So when did they
retire it? Didn't they retire it?
That was Vince's way to try to spike up ratings for Raw and SmackDown at the time when both were on USA.
Oh my God.
And you should have called it what it was, the hardcore belt. But I guess he was like, that belt is ugly. But the 24/7 belt is even uglier than that, believe it or not. How do you make a belt uglier than a hardcore
belt? At least the hardcore belt had some relevance to it. Man.
You know what the hardcore belt was? It was like an ugly cute dog. But,
the thing that made the Hardcore Championship relevant, though, is because when they literally told you it could be defended everywhere, they executed that sense of anywhere.
Yes, they did. You'd be in the middle of one match, and then out of nowhere, they'll take you backstage where there's a hardcore title match going on.
Right.
You're like, oh shit.
He was on, he was underneath the ring, and he was on the table, and they pulled out the table, and he was on the freaking,
Wait,
he was on the table. R-Truth.
Who?
R-Truth.
Oh.
He was like, they were looking for a table, and the guy was struggling. They were like, why is he struggling to get a table? And R-Truth was on the table with the belt, and it was like, oh, let's forget about this match and go against this title. And they started chasing him around him. And he was like, oh no, come on, little Jimmy, let's go. And
Little Jimmy.
I mean, listen, R-Truth is very underappreciated, obviously, but he's more than just this clown. They've never showcased him to a sense where he looks like somebody that could do something or be someone.
Right.
More importantly, be someone.
Yeah.
Right.
And he could still fight, man.
Yes.
I hope he stops doing those little splits and stuff like that in his moves, though. Like, just fight. Stop dancing.
But that's WWE for you, man. They don't know what the hell they want. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what direction they want to take things in. Bray Wyatt is on SmackDown drafted, and they said once you're drafted to a particular show, that's where you're gonna stay because the wild card rule has expired, run its course. So what in the hell is Bray Wyatt doing most of his time on Raw?
Vince probably forgot.
Because he has supernatural powers.
Not a sin.
I don't give a damn.
Please.
Wow.
He has supernatural powers. That's why he did so good in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. This company, you know what this company...
Did I mention that Vince should retire already?
But you know what's wrong with...
Yes.
They mostly use him for promos. That's all he does is promo and get 1 or 2 matches.
You know what?
Promo, 1 or 2 matches.
You know what freaking you know what WWE is like? It's like when you're having that party, right? All the invited guests come over and then you have the one unannounced annoying person who just feels like crashing the whole thing, and it's the person that nobody likes, and you could just feel the wind just dragged out of everybody in that room.
It was like, oh, this person.
Oh no, it's Vince.
Oh no.
That's what WWE is. You could be talking about freaking NXT, AEW, New Japan, NWA. Oh, what about WWE?
Johnny Buzzkill.
Really?
Why do you gotta bring down the mood, man? And then you got Jericho, drink it in, man.
You know what I say? I say burn it down.
No, jeez.
No, you gotta say it the way Mo say. Go ahead, Mo.
I'm gonna burn it down, man. Burn it down, man.
I'm gonna burn it down.
Burn it down.
Shut up.
Oh.
Okay.
Stop it, Mo. You're gonna get tweeted at by Seth Rollins.
Oh, you should see the things I tweet him.
What? Does he tweet back at you?
He blocked me one time.
He got his widow feelings hurt.
Oh, he didn't respond to you?
Well, but see you
He saw my thing and he blocked me. He didn't even respond. He blocked me.
He got his widow feelings hurt.
He was like, not gonna respect you, nobody. You're gonna get blocked. You know how Jericho put you on the list? Well, you're gonna get blocked on Seth Rollins.
And all I told him was, I see why Becky calls herself the man. You're inferior.
That's harsh.
Drop the mic.
That's all I said. I say nothing wrong.
Well, you came at his manhood, man.
But you know why
Exactly.
I told
I was gonna say that.
you know why I told him that? Because he was promoting his the Man's Man T-shirt. The Man's Man. How freaking
Man's
Man's man.
That gimmick for Becky. Why call yourself the man? Why not call yourself the woman?
It doesn't sound as good though, bro. Gender aside,
She's not a man.
No, I know this, bro, but it's
It just doesn't sound
bro
good.
but when you put it that way, she's not calling herself a man per se, bro.
No.
She's just saying I'm the ish.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't have a problem with a woman saying that. I don't know.
Because you have a lot of women go, tell me I'm the man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
Did a photo shoot as the man wearing a man tuxedo. So she was like, I'm the man.
But yeah, this dude was wearing the man's man. The man's.
That comes across kind of, you know.
Did you guys see what Jerry wrote about him? He wrote, yeah, it's clear to me now. Seth Rollins has a vagina.
Why did he say that?
Wow. All he needs is his little laugh at the end.
Seth Rollins has a vagina. He is clearly a little Yeah.
But why did he say that for?
Yeah.
And then out.
This is coming from someone who said he likes Justin Bieber.
Come again?
What? Who?
Someone said he loves Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber.
Seth Rollins said that?
Oh, yeah?
No, the king. He said he loves Justin Bieber.
Oh, that's part.
I got a Justin Bieber t-shirt.
No, not that Jerry, bro. I'm talking about a podcaster.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think he said the King Rollins.
No. JD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he told me.
Damn, what did he do to the king?
Yo, but you guys have to see how people give Seth Rollins crap on his Twitter, yo.
I don't understand why they're coming at him or Roman, man.
Because he comes at people.
So what does he say, Seth?
Like Seth, listen, I look, I'm in the know when it comes to this stuff, and I know through word of people who've met this guy, Seth Rollins, to a lot of people who've met him personally, is a dick.
Yeah, why is Becky with him? She's married to that boy. It's because of his six pack.
It's crazy.
Well,
it's crazy because Seth has the reputation of being an arrogant asshole, but Becky Lynch has the reputation of being a very sweet girl in real life.
Well, you know what they say, opposites attract. You know. Becky's
been said to be really sweet.
Maybe she's attracted to that.
She's attracted to the man's man.
Yeah, that.
I'm gonna burn it down with my lady after all, man. Burn it down.
Oh God.
Yeah, burn it down.
Oh God.
You know what he's gonna do at home? He's gonna pop the bubbly.
I'm gonna pop her bubbly.
Put it down.
Oh my gosh. Yes. But that's all I told him, and he blocked me.
He got his widow feelings hurt.
I understand why he blocked you. He called him a woman.
Oh man. Yeah, WWE's blocked me a couple of times too.
Oh yeah.
How are you gonna get anywhere with them blocking you?
Say what?
I said, how are you gonna get anywhere with them blocking you?
What do you mean? Well, hey, I am getting somewhere because they see my message, and they end up unblocking me at some point anyway.
But why?
Why what?
Because they're hoping he changed his mind.
Yeah, basically. Basically.
I hate you.
Speaking of WWE, have you seen their emails?
Oh yeah, they're desperate calls.
Yeah, like who writes like that?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll get a water while you get into this soliloquy.
Okay. Okay, so I got an email one time, right? And the subject line said, Yowie Wowie, the Funhouse is back. And then you click on it, right? And all it says is, watch watch WWE Raw tonight at 8/7 Central. That's all it said.
Yowie wowie. Yowie wowie.
Yeah. That's all it said. It didn't give me like who was gonna be there, what like the prefaces.
See, I don't
matches.
I don't mind the whole Yowie wowie thing only because at that when Bray does that, he is playing like a Mr. Rogers type of character. But
yeah.
But the fact that WWE would go.
You got that email, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. I mean, there's no prefaces to the matches. There's no like, watch Bray, watch The Fiend take on Seth Rollins, blah blah blah. And it gives you stuff like that. No, it's just watch WWE Raw at 8/7 Central. Well, yeah,
what? I mean, when you watch AEW, what happens? Oh, next week, tune in, guys. We have more of the tag team tournament, and we also have, Moxley taking on Pac, and you watch NXT. Oh, triple threat match with women's match. They're already giving you reasons to tune into next week. Both shows.
Yep.
Boom, boom.
Not with SmackDown or Raw.
Nope. Instead, you're getting emails. You're getting emails to tune in.
Back in the Attitude Era, that's when they used to do it.
This water's good. Needed it. I've been talking all this time.
My sody water's good.
No, it's the bubbly. The bubbly.
Yeah. Well, it kind of is because it's fizzy, so.
The fizzy bubbly.
Yeah.
But let's see. Is there any more? Oh yes. Eric Bischoff.
Oh,
he got demoted, right, or moved?
Eric Bischoff pulled.
Got removed from SmackDown.
Eric Bischoff most likely pulled the wool over WWE's eyes. That slick bastard.
Oh.
He must have taught Pac how to be a bastard. But here's the thing. And by the way, let me just say this. One thing I love about Pac, though, before I get to Eric Bischoff, speaking of Pac, he says, "Oh, you guys want me to do the exciting flippy stuff? Nah, I'm not giving you guys that. Nah, I'm a heel. I'm a bad guy. I don't cave into y'all." I love how they do that. I love how Jericho does that. I love how Pac does that. I love how MJF does that.
But it's cooler because he does it with an accent.
Oh yeah, yeah, he is British.
Guy again or no?
Say what?
I said, do you think he's gonna be a good guy again or no?
No, bro. He's loving his heel role.
Why is that?
He fits more a heel. I like him better as a heel.
Yeah, you too.
But Eric Bischoff. So this guy. Here we go. This guy had gone into bankruptcy a couple of months ago. Moved his wife, everything he has, everything he owned, moved it to Connecticut because he was landing a spot with WWE to overlook and be one of the executive and head writers / directors on SmackDown. He was also going to oversee the communications between Fox Networks and WWE. After all, he was a good mediator when it came to TNT and WCW Nitro. So,
the people.
Here's the deal. According to what's being reported, Eric Bischoff started showing up to work late, showed that he wasn't interested in the job anymore. Here's the crazy part. Because of this, he gets fired. Now, just because he gets fired doesn't mean that WWE is gonna let him go yet. They're gonna make sure that he finishes his yearly contract. So, Eric Bischoff, knowing that he needed the money, took the job from these guys, fooled around, decided to get fired, got himself fired, and is now sitting home collecting Vince McMahon's paychecks, all while participating in next month's StarCast event, which is in conjunction with All Elite Wrestling.
That is genius. He played them so bad.
Eric Bischoff has played WWE.
He's brilliant.
That sneaky little punk. Unreal. So, good on them.
Yeah.
That's not gonna let him get hired back and Raw and SmackDown anymore.
Nope. But he got the money he needed.
Exactly.
He's not in bankruptcy no more.
Nope. Good for him.
That sneaky little punk.
So now he's gonna have to make AEW work or else.
No, AEW won't take him.
Yeah, because what he did to Vince, he might do that to them.
AEW won't take him. They won't take him.
They don't need him.
They don't need him. Yeah, I don't need this guy right now. We got enough people here in NXT. Okay, Hunter.
You sound like a congestion, like a
No,
congestion.
you gotta go. You know, he does that breathing.
So my NXT guys, you know, they did a hell of a job here tonight, and I'm proud of Tommaso Ciampa and yeah, sometimes his voice, sometimes yeah.
Yeah, he's like he breathes at the end of every sentence.
Freaking love act, man. Gotta love him.
It's really distinct.
And yeah, I think moving on forward with NXT, you notice how he always says like that?
Yes.
He goes yeah, and I want to send
because he got a little bit of bubbly.
and I want to send a shout out to John Follis, who's listening to us right now.
And my wife.
He's activated in the chat room right now. So
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Domo arigato.
Wait, why are you saying thank you,
Because
Mr.
he's
Roboto?
Because he's what?
Oh,
oh man. But I think we've squeezed the juice out of this podcast.
I think we have, yes. And I don't know what happened to Ness.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Ness is MIA.
Went, zoom.
Maybe his phone died.
Yeah, where is Mr. Ness?
I don't know.
El teléfono se murió.
Well, anyway, folks, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Stay tuned in a couple of minutes. We're going to bring you another show. Sports Vista. You don't want to miss our football extravaganza, y'all. Y'all really don't.
It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be funny.
Yes.
It's going to be funny. That's what it's going to be. So, yes, you guys don't want to miss this.
But I will.
So, with that said, folks, stay with us. We'll be right back. But I'll still leave you with a resounding see ya! And if this is the only show you're going to watch, then have a beautiful weekend, pleasant, and everything you do, keep God number one in your life, always. With Him, all things are possible, y'all. Let's go. Till next show.